Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Fireside Casts. Today on the second channel, we are covering some intermediate playoffs, which is single elimination, top 8 bracket. Looking at DRX versus Squid's Bathtub. What is it? Squid's Bathtub Fish, or is there anything at the end of
Squid's
that?
Bathtub Fish
Fish
Farm.
Farm,
Yeah.
right. So I am joined by M17. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Hopefully you're doing well as well. We've got Gray on production for tonight. And as Wild Rumpus was saying, this is DRX versus Squid's Bathtub Fish Farm. Going down a little bit on the teams. Squid's Bathtub Fish Farm is the second seed, and DRX is the third seed. However, at the start of the season, DRX was the favorite for winning the entire division. So it all comes down to this because I think this is going to be a very, very close match for them. This is going to be a very difficult match because DRX got like fifth or sixth last season with essentially the same roster. So,
Okay.
and I was in IM, so they're coming back to do it again. And here we are in semifinals.
Yeah, so second versus third sounds like. So would the winner of this then go on to play Grands, I presume?
Yeah, and that'll be against the winner of the other match, which is either
Yep.
going to be Dark Hearts or Think Tank.
Okay. Why don't we run down rosters real quick? Let me pull this open and I'll start with DRX actually. So on Scouts, we have Kay and Wazari. On Soldiers, we got Sammy, Miami, and the Hobie. Demo is Cream, and then Medic is Prague.
Sure. And for Squid's Bathtub Fish Farm, we have Benjay and Kibe on Scouts. We got Apple Zoo and Stranger on Soldiers, Squid, the eponymous Squid, on Demo, and Ness is on Medic. Now, also, though, we were told we may see a potential soldier switch out of Apple Zoo for Melvin on Sniper for product. So we
Yeah,
will see about
and
that.
product is map 2, so that's and actually both teams are readying here. So yeah, map pool, or rather the map order here is going to be Sunshine map 1, product map 2. So I think we will see that that player sub in, which I don't think I've seen before on a product, or just ever, is a player subbing in for a map. But yeah, and then we're going to finish it off with Bagel. But so far, going into this first mid, both teams just rolling out choke, exchanging their spam. Looks like both teams actually kind of playing to meet here. Just walking out, trying to get some damage. Bomb in from Apple Zoo, gets some damage on the Prague. Ooh, but Squid walking forward, even more damage on the Prague. No picks quite yet. Apple Zoo committing in from behind, and yeah, Prague is first to go down. Kibe dies for it, so does Apple Zoo. So they lose 2 for the med. Let's see. Actually, it's looking like, yeah, Fish doing a good job of just holding up by choke. A nice surf by Ness as well. But yeah, got the med early and then just played up with their heals and just let everyone else come to them. Now it's just up to Cream, who, yeah, can't do too much and just leaves.
Yeah, no, that was a pretty interesting mid fight. For one thing, it looked like all the soldiers seemed to be kind of, besides, or at least the soldiers on Squid's Bathtub Fish Farm, or at least Stranger did a very nice bomb to get a lot of space and damage after the whole, after the med kill there. But right now, Squids is trying to push into second here. Applezoo is going to bust through the cafe side, and their combo is getting through the choke, and they're working their way slowly up here. Cream is taking a lot of damage over in lobby, is going to able to get himself out with a sticky trap on the shutter, and it's going to be set up into a last push. We'll see if Squids decides to push off their 20
I
Uber ad.
think they are going for it, but it is very slim at this point. So Prague will be getting unless they die immediately, and no, they will just use right back. So yeah, Fish, a little bit slow there. Of course, did not get second off the mid-fight, and we're looking... Actually, 2 of the defenders die. Suddenly, this last push is looking much more doable, although Benjay goes down. Soldier on the point, getting some cap time. Actually gets a pick on the point as well. Gets 2 picks. Oh my god, Stranger just caps point, kills the 2 players trying to stop in what was looking like a really dodgy last fight on evening Ubers turns into just a wonderful post for Fish.
Yeah, I think what was really important there is that Cream was setting a trap and was only like I believe at the very end. Actually, they didn't even get the kill on the other side, and so um, Prague had to run all the way over to flash Cream, which dropped that extra player and gave them the
Their
player advantage.
sandwich
As we
points
see
just
Sammy already in, just dying, getting a lot of damage on the demo. And it
yeah, good
looks
steal
like though
though.
it's yeah nice and stalemated out. Hope is able to get a trade pick onto a scout, and it looks like the health is about even here. Applezoo fighting is going to kill Hobe on top of the bell tower. Stranger gets a nice kill at long range, and it looks like the RX are going to try to work their way out. Wazari
Mm.
is caught and will go down here shortly, but it's on to Prague and Cream to try to get themselves out.
Yeah, and just a demo medic. Okay, it looks like they will be out in time. Although they're kind of lingering on plat right now. These spawners aren't here quite yet, so we might be seeing a collapse from the blue team. And yeah, as I say that, Cream getting bombed and potentially caught here. Actually, might just barely sneak out dungeon. So nice movement from them to be able to sneak out. But, oh, exchange on 2 actually. Prague gets rolled before using 10 HP. Hobie is very weak on the floor as well. They get 2 picks, or they get a pick during it. So actually, and there's a second. So just like that, it's looking like DRX able to hold this second point off of what was looking like a pretty scary exchange to go for that they played pretty well. Ooh.
Yeah, Wazari already went in trying to get an early flank, was able to get caught out, though Hobie has gone in and gotten a trade onto Applezoo, which has allowed DRX to just take the space and get on in, although it's now turned into basically a 4-on-4 fight. Sammy Miami is going to get picked by Stranger, who is rolling out through Cafe, and that's going to spell
Mm,
DRX's retreat back
yeah.
to second here, as the Ubers are still about even with maybe a 10% ad for Squids, and we'll see if they try to do anything off that, but
Yeah,
probably
DRX on
not.
the floor though, and this is definitely not where you want to be positioned when the enemy pressures. See Prague taking a little bit of spam, and actually they just have to like back up entirely because they didn't rotate over to that plat positioning. Although nice 1v1 win there from Wazari might hold the team on this point for the time being. Benjay just trying to take space. Actually, the blue team is very much respecting this. They had an opportunity to take some good space there, but losing the scout felt a little sketched out and wanted to just back it up. And actually, looking like Prague and K just ripping it through choke. End up using it as an exchange. Roughly an even exchange, but unlikely that Red's going to be able to get in off of it. And actually, there goes Benjay. Suddenly a pick for Red to work with, we might see them take a dry fight here.
Yeah, DRX is already trying to work their way in slowly. Squids has essentially given up most of the space, and it looks like they plan to get out, although Squid is going to get caught, and Sammy might catch Applezoo, who is able to grab that pack and get out just at the last second, though DRX is pushing off that demo pick, and they're getting a lot of space. Squid's team is respecting this demo kill, and they're going to go all the way back to last, and it looks like it's going to set up on a classic even Ubers one team attacking the other team's last. We'll see how DRX elects
Yep.
to try to break this hold.
And I gotta say, I've really been liking the exchanges from DRX, surprisingly enough. Because it's kind of weird to just go for the exchange immediately, but they're playing it well enough that they get like a pick in the post, and they can just dry fight off that pick because the other team doesn't have Uber to stop them. You see pressure in left lobby here. It ends up just being a scout trade, although uh, Stranger dies as well. Now the gun's getting spammed down. Gun is spammed down. Continue pressuring. They're still peeking this left lobby. Soldier bombing in. Ooh, they're trapping the point. No sticks on point. This is looking fantastic for Red right now. Bomb in from the soldiers. They get the force, and they get out of there. They do lose 2 for it, but, that can just be considered a double sack, basically. And really, really textbook pressure there from DRX.
Yeah, that is a good thing to know. Benji will be sniping to try to get that last this whole thing, although DRX is just going to wait for all their players to spawn with their nice big Ubrad, and they're going to take a solid push there. DRX pressured this side over here that was further away from the spawn, this bigger door here where going out to the lobby area. They were able to get through there. They've used in, already collapsing all the way on the left side. Going to grab Kibe on heavy and grab Squid on demo, and that's going to look like a pretty strong fight for them. Gonna clean up a couple of traded kills here, although it's just AC-130 Nest left alive. And that's gonna be
Mhm.
DRX first round, and it's gonna be 1-1 here going into this third mid fight.
I gotta say, after that first round, it really looked like DRX were just kind of losing every fight, and it seemed like they were outmatched to someone who had, not seen these teams before. But no, DRX has really kicked it into drive, and they are playing some very textbook TF2 right now. But let's see what this third mid holds for us. We do have Stranger actually bombing behind the other team's cafe early on, meets Sammy Miami, who wins the 1v1. So immediately down a soldier for Fish. Oh, although Kibe getting very aggressive on the Cream, but does die for it, and Cream lives. So suddenly down 2 for Blue. Squid is forced to jump out. This mid is completely over for them, and it's just a matter of if they can get out Valley cleanly. Cream is in from behind, getting so much damage, but will die for it. Trades with the demo, though, and now the floodgates are just open. There goes Benjay trying to hold the door, and yeah, 2 is completely free now for DRX.
Yeah, Ness hit a crucial arrow, which was able to secure one of the picks there for Squid's team trying to get out. But just so much that player advantage was something that DRX was going to work. And it looks like they're planning on already pressuring through right here. Although, no, they're just peeking it up. It's going to be an even Uber situation here. DRX is going to figure out what type of sack play they're going to do. Although there are still 2 spawners, so likely there's going to be a little bit of healing up once the Soldier and Demo, Cream, and Sammy Miami arrive. And they're gonna have to deal with this sentry right underneath this bridge here, and we'll see how they elected to pressure. Last time they pressured where Apple Zoo was holding, and it worked out pretty well for them.
Yeah,
We'll see
so
what they intend to do.
I will say, and we do actually just see Sammy Miami bombing in, gets a nice rocket onto Ness, who actually took some damage beforehand. So they had the uncomfortable decision of whether to force it 35 or not. But that actually ties into what I was about to say. Although we do have Stranger on the counter sack through Dungeon, just gets the force. Very nicely done from them. But this gun spot on last is kind of strange because you'd expect the medic to be playing near the gun if you have the gun there. At the very least, like, you want the gun to be denying the bomber. And the best way to do that is have the med near it. So a little strange seeing their med top left. But either way, it is full ad now for Squid's Bathtub Fish Farm. Going to be going through lower lobby here, it looks like.
Yeah, they're just gonna bust through. There's not really any presence for red on the shutter side, although blue doesn't. Squids doesn't really seem to notice that, but it doesn't really matter as DRX just kind of gave it up. Squids is gonna have about a 30% Uber, but I don't know if they're gonna be able to cap this in time to be able to use it. Everybody's here, and Squids is trying to go for it, and it looks like they are electing to push through
Oh,
Cafe. They got their whole
yeah.
combo going that way, although it's about to even out. They do
At this point,
use
it's
through
dead even.
Cafe here, yeah.
It's just a matter of if Hobie can stay alive here, which it looks like they will. Counter Uber gets popped, but Stranger dies for it. There goes Kibe. And let's see if Fish might be caught on a rotation here through Choke. They're leaving Cafe. Choke is getting busted right now. Hobie bombing in gets Ness, actually. And yeah, it's looking catastrophic for Blue. Is there anyone surviving? Only Squid, it seems, on 7 HP, no less. And yeah, we saw Squid try and take that Uber. It was even, and they paid the ultimate price. Although, fight until last. It's a little slow. No, they do have a scout on point. It's a Pyro trying to stop it, but no, that just will be a round off the momentum on second.
Yeah, no, that was a great recognition from DRX there, completely catching them out and chasing. I think DRX is really good at getting a bunch of, they are really loving to do these like aggressive behind plays and just getting a bunch of like catching the enemies out on the flank. One thing to note also is that Same Miami does have, I believe, a lot of jumping experience, so we'll probably see that as we see Same
Yep.
Miami, nope, just going onto the cafe route, taking a bit of spam, and we'll see how this one
Actually,
develops.
find Stranger again, but this time Stranger wins the 1v1. And yeah, down a soldier, although they trade the pick out just like that. So much more playable mid now for DRX, although Hobie getting focused down by a scout. He's able to sneak away, although Applezoo actually next to fall. Bomb in from Stranger, doesn't seem to get any value, so now down 3 for Blue, and they're on the wrong side. This is looking very bad. It's really up to Ness and Benjay trying to figure out how to get out, and I don't think that's a question that has an answer, as we just see the full wipe. Kibe spawning on Engineer on last.
Yeah, that was a pretty solid mid there. It looks like the blue soldiers just didn't get enough with their bombs. We'll see what they Squids intends to do with their last hole. It looks like we got a gun going up with the left spawn door here. Demo setting up traps on point. Oh, this is pretty standard though. And it looks like DRX has already gotten their way into lobby. Looks like they're about to use in through
Yep.
top right, leading on Cream here. We'll see how long this takes. Inevitably, here it comes.
Yep, Uber does get popped. Doesn't get any picks, but does focus down the gun. Looks like they're going to be ending on right side, although they lose K for the trap. And actually, they lose 3, only for 2 picks. One of those being a demo, though, but no, the cleanup is just cleaning up. It's really just up to Hody at this point. There's a Pyro on point. This Pyro knows how to right-click, and that's all to be said about that last push.
Yeah, that was it was really tragic there because I believe K was actually just got killed on a trap, and Prague was not able to keep them alive, and that's what kind of spelled disaster. And then after that, you know, teams just sort of collapsed into each other. But Blue had to seemingly had that defender advantage, as it looks like Squids are going to be pushing in. It looks like they're waiting for their Uber to arrive here. They're going to get Stranger all the way through Cafe, and also Wazari is on
Yeah.
Sniper, gonna grab Squid. And
Oh my
an
god.
insane headshot onto Applezoo,
Oh
and
my
another
god.
headshot onto Benjay. Oh
And
my
just like
goodness.
that, the push is completely over. Not only that, but the shoe's on the other foot. And actually, the remaining 2 combat are stuck in. Kibe already died. Stranger is next to go. Ness had to leave completely alone to last. And yeah, we just see DRX getting their completely free second point here. And they might be able to, they're going to be able to peak last at the very least with a pick. They
Yeah, I
do
can
still have
guarantee
that
you.
sniper. Taking the space, get the force immediately. And they could just leave. They could take the better exchange. Looks like they might take the worse exchange, actually, because they lose their scout and then use anyway. So, ooh, oh my god, Wazari is just getting every single pick right now. He's got 2 kills in this fight. Does go down. This is it's pure scrap. It's a 2v3, though. It looks like, yeah, it's...
Ness is coming out on Pyro, but not in time. Yeah. Yeah, I
That
think
was,
that yeah,
wild.
that round was just summarized by Wazari just going crazy. All those, even though like DRX had a weird little Uber back in, even though they didn't have to use, Wazari just made it worth it by just grabbing 2 picks and forcing the
Yeah.
soldier bomb onto him. And we'll see. Thank goodness we don't see it as sniper to mid rollout. I'm concerned we may see that eventually, but for now it's just normal classes as we
Yep.
transpire onto the 5th mid.
It looks like Fish trying to play to meet the other team this mid, playing the right side. And actually, they're getting the much better hand at spam, and immediately lock and load cleans up Cream. Down a demo, yeah, DRX just going to have to back up. Although Sammy Miami bombing in from behind almost kills Kibe, but that's really it. Stranger actually in front, preemptively going for a sack or something, ends up going down. And Cream on the way, but there's definitely an uncomfortable time period here in which Fish can take some space. Although losing Applezoo on the flank there, definitely gonna... It is a trade. Benjay's so weak. K's running in. We can probably expect an exchange here. Red hasn't used yet. Much better Uber for them.
Prague with
They
a
still haven't
huge
used.
milk
Oh my
here. He
god.
still has not
He's
died.
never using. Oh
Yeah,
my... Wow. You ever just stand in front of the other team's Uber for the entire duration of the Uber and just not use?
yeah, I don't know. Kebe, it looks like a little bit of beef happened, and DRX is just going to work this in. Here comes Stranger to try to get the Force, and is going to be able to somehow get the Force. Benjay also tried to walk in for the Force, is going to die for it. And Cream is going to pick up another person, and
Wow.
Sammy's going to pick up another, as here comes Sammy trying to catch out Ness on the flank, although it looks like they might be out. We will see. Sammy's continuing to go in, right? It looks like they're just going to leave it alone for now, as Squids now has about a 30% Uber advantage, and they've got all their players, so we'll see if they decide to push off of it, but they're probably just going to even it out. Both Scouts
Yeah.
building, though, which is kind of funny.
I build twice as fast. They aren't building a sentry gun, though, which almost tells me that they want to push out, which would be very, very risky. Just off your own last with that slim of margins. And, I mean, Prague's playing disad by Cafe as well, so I think both teams know that this is disad. Yeah, we do see Fish trying to take it through lower lobby. 80% on Prague. So they totally could take this, but they do have to be quick. They're already through the door. Sammy Miami getting cleared, and actually the Uber gets popped, and S gets forced. They lose a soldier for it, Red does. And, oh my god, they already have Uber. Fast repop. This is so good.
Yeah, DRX
Yeah.
just walks all the way right back through Cafe. Is going to get a huge cleanup, although Squids was able to get a bit of cleanup here, so it's not going to be as awful for them as it could have been, although they're down for.
Yeah,
they never
even capped second, so that Uber could have just ignored those players on 2 as well and just like chase lobby into last and still won the round. But man, DRX suddenly just put the wheels on, and they have a massive lead right now, and what feels like a ton of momentum.
Yeah, I think what's really smart from DRX is they're playing these Uber advantages really solidly, and they're consistently able to punish Squid's bathtub fish farm off of this. Stranger has gotten onto mid early, is going to go for
Mm.
that early spam. Does get a quite decent amount of spam, so we'll see how that impacts the mid. Both soldiers, looks like both teams are just kind of looking at each other from the other side of the mid. Big bomb from Applezoo is going to potentially get the kill onto
Oh,
Cream. We will
Cream.
see. He is going to trade. Stranger's going to get a humongous bomb and
Oh
is,
my
oh my
god.
goodness, able to just do so much damage and completely wipe up the mid, and that is a good mid from Squid's Bathtub Fish Farm.
Yeah, very well done by Fish there. Actually, we do have the spawn camp from Squid. If oh, this might get killed. So keep in mind you can't still see through the spawn window, so they can see Squid. Okay, they are aware of it. Do not die to the trap. Although everyone caught the same spawn wave there, that could have been like a 3k dead. Either way, full ad now for Ness. So we're gonna see Squid take an Uber in. Looks like it's gonna be top right. No sentry gun, or there is a level 1 sentry gun. Ooh, is Cream caught? Cream is just barely living right now. Gun does go down. Looks like Uber's going to be ending on the right side. They end up trading players. A little too early to call. Oh, they do have the heavy attacking as well. Although they lose a soldier, they lose the heavy. And this is looking suddenly very bad. Yeah, they're just going to have to get out.
Yeah, they were just not able to grab enough kills here as DRX is on the hunt. It looks like, uh, um, excuse me, Squid is going to try to
Oh
get
my god.
his medic out alive. He's somehow able to, for now, get his man out alive, although his med gets a kill onto Wazari. What is going
Oh
on?
my god.
Oh my gosh, Ness just stayed alive for way, way too long
Yeah,
there.
Ness got a 2k there.
That's just unbelievable. As here comes
Still
Squids coming back in for a huge
tossing
salvage.
Ness.
They are going to get the force in on DRX, and they're going to sack everybody for it, but since Ness is going to be there to heal Squid at spawn, it is going to turn into an even Uber situation, although Squid's team is going to completely give up mid here. So we'll see mid to second hold here after the
Yeah.
teams build
I mean, they
Ubers.
get the forward, so maybe that chaos delay on last getting the force was worth losing everyone for. Although, yeah, with no Ubers in play, we just see DRX flooding the door, and actually Lazari in so deep does get punished for it. So with that, we can probably expect Red to be backing up here. And with that, down a player, defending your own second, definitely an opportunity for Squid's Bathtub to take some pretty decent space, bombing an Applezoo immediately, and it's just looking like a single soldier bomb actually without much pressure.
Yeah, because they kind of telegraphed that as well, which meant DRX was just completely ready for a bomb like that. So it is just going to turn into an even situation here. Wazari has spawned on sniper on defense without a sniper technically in
Mm,
response. We could potentially see a sniper swap here, although nobody's ran back and Applezoo does not spawn on sniper. So it's just going
yeah.
to be a normal sack, and I'm not sure if they know that Wazari is on sniper, although that'll be pretty clear soon as Wazari takes their first shot here. It's
Yes.
looking like it's going to be in Valley here, close to the medic.
So if there was going to be anyone you want on sniper here, it's going to be Wazari. Yeah, for that reason exactly. But having sniper on defense, in theory, is a liability, although they just get 2 scout picks. Squid gets body shot as well. I can expect them to pressure really hard and maybe just get this point. At the very least, get a force here. And yep, there's the force. We do have Prague in really deep. Hits a nice surf, though, so might not even have to use. And I might just eat the words I was about to say about Nest dying in post Uber as well. Nice pick from Hobie. But yeah, when Sniper's much better when you can control the pace, usually when you have mid. But in a case like this, could be a liability when the other team can kind of pressure doors as they like. But no, Lazari just hits the shot, so it doesn't matter. That being said, there's a whole lot of chaos happening right now. Kibe trying to stop mid, or at least trying to get the sniper, and might get a demo as well for their efforts. Cream actually just barely able to sneak away. On second, though, looks like losing a bunch of players from blue. Kibe's trying to sneak out. Will be able to, but Red's gonna get this second point. They're gonna have a good 30 ad, which is totally playable into this last, and let's see what they do about it. Was Harry spawning sniper again with the
Yeah. No, what was really interesting there is they were able to have Stranger hide near Cafe and get the common force in through choke there, and then Kibe going back just delayed so much time, which means this maybe has a chance for Squids to hold, although since Wazari is on Sniper, we may just see them not even decide to go for an Uber ad push. It looks like they are
Oh my
not doing it.
god.
They're able to. Wazari is just able to body shot a Ness,
Yeah.
and that is going to turn into a tragedy here. At
And another headshot on the stranger. I was
yeah,
gonna say, considering that Wazari got like 2 kills in the last Uber they took, having them on sniper might make them want to take the Uber even more, as we do see. I mean, oh, and hitting another shot as well into the demo. I mean, no one on blue has any heals. No one on blue is going to have a buff as a result. There's no medic to get Uber to save you if you prolong the fight. That's just gonna be around as long as you play it right. And DRX, I mean, they played it right.
yeah. No, I think what was notable about DRX was, of course, there was already sniper there for that map, which was able to secure them at least 2 of those rounds, if not 3, probably more like 2, but still. What DRX was really good at doing was abusing how they were just building their Uber really well, and they were constantly able to just punish the bad Ubers, come right back in. They were playing very safe with their medic. Their medic was always in a good spot to get out, and whenever they weren't, Prague was able to hit a couple of nice surfs like there on that last round. Um, the Uber force from Squid's Bathtub Fish Farm, because there were no scouts in that Uber, they were not able to get the force, and Prague just hit a very nice surf to get all the way out to Cafe and completely save their team that Uber there, as the next map will be product.
Mm-hmm.
And we were told by Squid's Bathtub Fish Farm that they will be swapping out Applezoo for Melvin. Wazari will very likely be sniping a lot, especially considering how well
Yes.
he's already been doing, if not just
Yeah,
perma
Wazari is
sniping.
going to be
Yeah,
full-time sniper.
yeah,
Yeah, that so I was expecting if DRX won this that um I was gonna say like, well, hold your horses, it's not really over yet because product like this team is bringing out a player specifically to snipe on this map. So you can expect things to maybe swing in their favor for that. But after seeing Wazari, I am no longer too sure and I think DRX have a really solid shot at product as well. Um, yeah, we do have some logs though that we can look at for Sunshine. And what do I think of this? Well, looks like the scouts on DRX were eating very good. Um, Cream as well with very minimal deaths, which is what you love to see as a demo. And while it doesn't really show in the log, I do want to give a particular note to Prague, who in so many different times throughout this match were just completely dead to rights, and they absolutely needed to force, or it was a situation in which they're absolutely dead, and then suddenly they just hit like a fantastic surf and are able to survive or are able to milk their Uber. And that's going to make a difference a lot of the time. So definitely something I saw there that was good.
yeah. No, looking at these logs here, Prague actually took like almost 700 more damage than Ness, and still had 2 fewer kills. So they were really abusing the fact that Prague was getting a lot more aggressive with those heals, seemingly to really support. And then, yeah, if you look at the heals, Prague was able to give out over 3,000 more heals and had 3 more Ubers. And then Prague still had 2 less deaths, even though they took more damage. And looking at the damage here, it looks like Squid and Stranger were doing very, very well in terms of damage. But besides that, everybody else on DRX is just right there. Wazari, though, on that sniper, of course, getting a lot of damage off on that. So that definitely helps on the stats.
Yep, true. So on product, of course, this is really the only map where a full-time sniper is viable. It is better. Of course, sniper is better at defending things than on Koth than attacking things. More specifically the point. So usually you'll see teams only pull out the sniper when they have control of point and don't have to fight for it. But I mean, you can get away with just full-time sniper, which I think both these teams will be doing. The sniper v sniper product is very different from a non-sniper product. I mean, they play differently because the action really centers around the snipers. You just have to respect the sight lines. Pressuring point becomes much harder because of those sight lines. So I think whoever's going to win this map is going to do it by actually playing the objective. I expect there to be a lot of team wipes back and forth and just crazy fights that go down to the wire. But the team that holds the point through those fights and just prolongs that is gonna be the one that wins.
Yeah, and it looks like they have potentially. It looks like DRX, or I'm sorry, not DRX. Squid's Bathtub Fish Farm have swapped out Apple Zoo for Melvin.
Mm-hmm.
So we will very likely be seeing that just perma sniper v sniper, which is going to mean that, just like Rumpus was saying, a lot of this game is going to be down to the objective. And besides that, it's just going to be, honestly, a lot of it's going to be both teams playing around their sniper. I have a feeling we may see like a lot of buffs, had like a lot of heals pumped into the snipers to ensure they can live that quick scope from the other sniper just in case. Besides that, we may see a bit of flank pressure to try to get one of the soldiers in, like to try to get the other soldier, since both teams will seemingly only have one soldier, to try to get that one soldier in behind to see if they can pressure the sniper, which allows their own team sniper to get a lot more for damage and picks. And we'll see, probably since both teams are going to run a sniper, both teams are going to play it a little bit more safely. And so having your scouts work around without getting killed, but still getting able to, work the objective is going to be super important because, the meds and probably demos slightly to a lesser extent, but definitely your med is going to be a lot safer on this map when you are 100% like aware that the enemy team is running a perma sniper. And we'll see how that plays out here on this map, which will be starting hopefully soon.
Another thing to note here is that Sunshine was actually Squid's Bathtub Fish Farm's map pick, meaning the team that is bringing in a sub to snipe on product weren't even the team to pick product. It was DRX. So that definitely, if that doesn't skew things more in DRX's favor, um, especially after seeing Wazari's sniper and what they can do, then yeah, I don't know what will. I think we're definitely in for an exciting game at the very least, but also with how readily, like DRX at some point, we're actually playing the 5CP like it was Koth of taking an exchange to get Ubers out of the way and then getting a pick in the post and like pushing off that. So I expect them to be quite confident here. And of course, same goes for Squid's Bathtub Fish Farm. Yeah, I'm curious to see how things unravel.
Might be some of that Highlander playstyle, as I know a lot of DRX created a big Highlander team that they were focusing on, which I think is slightly the reason why they were only seeded as third when, in my opinion, they are definitely still the favorites to win this season. As I mean, that first map, even though that would have been my pick for the map that Squid's Bathtub Fish Farm definitely have. So this is definitely looking tough for them, but it is not over. It is not over.
Hmm.
Um, it looks like we're about to go live here, but Squids is going to have to pull some stuff out, and they're going to have to win this map in order to get onto the third map, which would be Bagel. So here we go.
Yep, we do have Melvin and Wazari both on sniper. I don't expect that to change as this match goes on, but let's see what happened in this first mid. And looks like Melvin is going to be cliffside. Good. Oh,
Wazari
Wazari
is
going to
over
be,
here
yep,
on China. Yeah.
Do actually immediately 2 picks actually. Make that 3, and just off the bat, DRX with a very confident mid. Looks like Benjay probably caught here. Might just barely slip out. K is on the case, but no, they will escape. Melvin getting out as well as Ness. And forward hold immediately from DRX.
What is actually interesting is that,
Oh,
huge shot from Melvin onto Cream. K is going to trade that pick out, though Stranger is going to trade out K. I'll talk about that later as Squids has bust through the cliffside and they're going to break through this forward hold. Rosaria is taking off pot shots, is not going to be able to get, is going to
oh,
pick off
that's
Squid.
good.
Huge pick that's going to completely delay as here comes Kibe trying to pick off a free Wazari, although Wazari is not isolated. And Wazari is just scoped right up on this cliffside.
Oh my god.
Wazari
Just
is
like
going to pick
that.
Benj,
Yep.
but Melvin is going to pick off
Oh,
Wazari.
Sammy
Here
gets the
comes a
post
big
as well.
Uber exchange as well. Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, they immediately like get this the demo and the scout in the forward hold. Like in any other situation, that's just you win the point. But because of this sniper just being such a like utility class on defense, it doesn't even get the point. And we see now like another 30 seconds have been burned, and blue still has their Uber. They do pop now, but this is just going to stall the point even longer. They get a pick. Oh, the Kibe does clean up Cream on the point and survives on 5 HP. Does get cleaned up. But you can see, like, this chaos is happening back and forth, but this chaos only benefits DRX because they are the ones burning down this clock. And, you know, another 30-second burn down. At this point, half their time is gone. Stranger dying on the flank. And, yeah, this is just looking great so far for DRX.
Yeah, Wazari is going to pick off Melvin, and here comes a huge bomb from the soldiers. Cream is going to pick up 2. There's a huge salvage to try to get Wazari, as Wazari is going to live, and it looks like DRX is going to go back to some sort of forward hold. Ness is going to make his way out. The one thing I was trying to mention earlier is that DRX is actually on the 2-soldier loadout, which means, and that's manifested, yeah, in their first mid-fight, where they were a lot more aggressive. They essentially did a double bomb. And that's compared to the 2 scouts from SQUID'S, as Cream is able to pick the sniper, although give up the point, give it the forward hold, and DRX is kind of slowly backing off. SQUID'S has taken the cliffside over here, as Wazari is still scoped up. Wazari is gonna pick Squid just like that.
Class, get Squid yet again. Yeah, the time there, like, you think that Fish wants to push after they break forward. Although Melvin actually cleaning up Wazari. Oh, and suddenly Ubers get popped. This might be the first time that DRX loses the point this round, because they are chasing quite deep with this Uber. They get the sniper, but both these players are certainly caught. No way Prague can surf out of that. K actually gets a trade on the demo, but that's going to be all. And the longer that Blue can just stall things, the better. I don't think they're going to be able to get overtime, but such a dominant first half.
Yeah, and Wazari and DRX was already pressuring Wazari. Was already going to get Benji, and that's going to be a huge detriment to their hold, as now Wazari is just going to keep taking peeks. Wazari is going to get buffed up. Here comes a bomb from Hobe onto the demo. He's going to be hiding forward on Cliff. Cream is going to go for it off of that aggression. Gets a huge kill. Cream might lose this demo fight, although Cream is very caught in. Cream is somehow going to get Squid. Hobe is in. Cream is going to get Ness again, and off of that cap and that push, DRX is just going to take the first round here on product. So
another textbook example there of, you know, all this chaos is happening. You're losing players, the other team's losing players, but that clock is ticking no matter what. After that first cap happens, that chaos starts to favor a certain team, and DRX were just able to harness it more. So yeah, first round going to them. Still the 2 snipers. So far, as far as like the sniper v sniper has been concerned, they've been pretty evenly matched, I'd say. Stranger immediately taking a body shot, forced to back up. Sammy Miami trying to bomb in. NJ does go down. It will get traded out with Sammy Miami. And Kibe maybe next to fall. Oh, but no, Melvin gets the shot on Prague. And suddenly this is looking pretty bad for Blue down their medic.
Yeah, Wazari is still alive. Hobe and K are going to salvage. Squid is able to pick up the kill. And K is actually going to Boston Basher down AC-130. K is somehow still alive. Although looks like Kibe is going to live with a very, looks like 1 HP there, although Wazari is still alive. He's going to take a couple more pot shots as they're going to pressure him out. Wazari is going to get out alive for free, and that's going to mean probably crit heals here, which is going to mean Wazari is already scoping up here, peeking through this Japan. It is going to pick off Kibe, which is a great pick to get them started as they walk up here.
Yep, just immediately pressuring the point. Hobie is in behind. Sammy Miami bombing in. Probably going to be able to... Oh, no, goes for Melvin. Gets that pick. And I was going to say, Benji was surely a target there, being how weak they were. And Sammy Miami, just like that, gets 3 and actually backs up to point just in time to cap it, too, for the cherry on top. So fantastic soldier aggression and coordination there with Hobie and Sammy Miami, just to basically get the point.
Yeah, the big problem for SQUID'S here is that these 2 soldiers are just absolutely nuking them on these bombs. Hobie is gonna get a bunch of damage, but is just gonna drop down to 1. Wazari is gonna pick off Benji again, and that's gonna mean here comes a big bomb from Sammy. Isn't gonna get much. Sammy is gonna unfortunately lose his life trying to jump out.
Too good at speed shotting. Took that extra damage.
Wazari is going to pick off Squid with a huge snipe. Melvin's going to trade onto Cream. Here comes the bomb from Hobie. Is going to draw a lot of eyes from both scouts here. And K is just going to take back this space. Here comes the force from SQUID'S. And DRX is going to milk this very long. Here comes the re-Uber, although there's only one scout, so they probably won't be able to get much. Sammy
Yeah.
Miami is going to come in on this at the end, so we'll see what
It is a
happens.
longer Uber though, and their spawners are now on the way, so they might be able to just contest this point because of that. Yeah, like Demo's already here. Although health really bad for Blue right now. Yeah, K does go down. It's looking like the pressure might be too much for Blue to handle. They're probably gonna have to give up the point here, as yeah, Cream does get caught. It's like Prague will be able to live actually very weak as well. So point does flip. Much more life in Fish this round so far, but of course the lead um, still for DRX.
Yeah, and DRX also has a player advantage here, so they may be able to peek, although it looks like it's just going to be a sniper. Both snipers do not get the kill, although Wazari just grabs Melvin right after he backs up. Huge bomb from Hobe is not going to get anything, though, besides a bunch of damage onto Ness. The DRX is just going to use that bomb and the sniper kill to work forward. Wazari grabs Squid. That's going to completely spell the retreat here from Squids, and DRX just takes the point right back. And it's even Ubers. Cream is trying to get aggressive here, although Squids has decided they're going to use in to try to catch Cream out, although DRX Prague is going to save Cream. And this Uber exchange is definitely not too bad, although Cream dies, and there goes Hobie. Wazari gets to pick on the Stranger, and it's just complete chaos here. Sammy is trying to go in for Ness, not going to get anything. Wazari is going to SMG down Kibe, but is going to get out with K to protect, although here comes the scout pick, and there goes Benjay just going to get this pick.
Yeah, that's definitely so that sniper. Okay, they do have like a very late death, but again, we saw Fish like not even focusing the cap there just to chase, which I don't even think stops like the next fight that much. We'll have to see, but either way, Ubers are still going to be even. There was an exchange. Really is just about an opening, and that's a good an opening you can get. Sammy Miami trading out with the sniper. Absolutely, you take that. You have Stranger behind, actually. Kibe dies, though, to Iron Bomber. Cream, so deep and so weak, just trying desperately to trade with Squid. Who will not be able to get that. On the backlines, though, Stranger is able to recommit and get the sniper. Obi dies as well. Oh my god, Blue just barely gets Uber in time. Frog and TK are just going to need to run for their lives. Sammy Miami might be caught as well. So far, this fight's definitely favoring the red team, although their re-aggression with the spawners. We do have Cream here. What else do we have? Melvin's in position, though, on China. That's definitely going to
Sammy Miami is going for a huge bomb onto Cliff. Is going to get behind, although Melvin isn't really a threat until Sammy Miami comes right back in and is going to pick Melvin. And is somehow alive, is going to get Kibe cratered, and that is going to spell the end. As Sammy Miami is still alive, Sammy Miami just lives for way too long. Is somehow still alive, and here comes Squid, and that's just a full wipe with the forward spawn, or the forward hold here from DRX right now.
Yep. So 50 seconds left on the clock for DRX. They do have add, which is definitely a position you want to be in. And every time Fish has tried to bust Cliff with the demo holding it, they've always lost a player for it. Melvin actually trying to peek, does lose an SVS versus Rizari. So we do have Prague with Uber, and I'm curious if they want to just like shove an Uber in. That'd be crazy. Be bad against the Pyro for sure now. Yeah, going for the meta strategy to bust that forward hold. They do lose 2 for it, so they're going to lose even more time as they wait for those spawners, as Blue can continue to forward hold even though it's disad. Just make sure the med isn't caught. Ooh, Cream actually misses the det on Cliff, so lets Melvin and Squid through for free.
Yeah, although
Man
Squids
dies.
has to push forward here because it's 10 seconds. There's going to be more kills in the favor of
Oh,
Squids,
and no one
but
gets the
they
point.
don't get onto the point in time. Yeah.
Yeah, that
No,
objective-based gameplay. Yeah, when it's overtime, like it just immediately like super favors the team with the point, just because of the fact that you can just spam out the point, and they have to walk into your spam to cap it. Otherwise, they lose. So yeah.
I think one thing that Squids really needs to get going is the fact that they need to be able to stop these soldier bombs. Here comes the first bomb from Sammy Miami. They're going to grab him early, which is going to really help Squids. Melvin is going to pick up Hope, and here comes the counter aggression. That's what Squids really needed. Just was already left alive.
Yeah.
Here comes
the demo as well. Going for the hero shot.
Squid is going to grab the kill, and that's going to be a full wipe. That's exactly what they needed to kill those soldiers early. And here comes the very strong forward hold, although they're actually not completely forward holding. This is a very interesting
Meta
forward
cliffside,
hold.
which is a little different with the one soldier on grass, which is immediately just getting shoved. Now, also, I noticed both demos now running the lock and load, not just Squid. But in any case, it is ad now for Ness. About 50 ad. They don't have quite yet, but gonna be getting any second now. So we might expect maybe a 4-man here. We do have Sammy Miami bombing in behind, and a lot of aggression from the blue team. They are committing their heels forward. Uber gets popped. Players are just trying to get out. Sammy Miami died. Hobie is stuck behind. Oh, but Squid overextends and dies. Hobie's probably caught as well. But down at demo, it's definitely an opportunity for the blue team to do something. Their soldier is already rolling out on the way. Oh, and a nice shot from Wazari cleaning up Stranger as well. It's definitely going to open up the point. And yeah, Red just completely on their retreat are forced to leave with having burned a good minute off the clock.
Yeah, it looks like there was just a big miscommunication there as Squids just got very clumped up behind their own rock, and DRX just capitalized off of that, squished them behind their own sides, or squished them in and just got the huge force. Squids is going to break through the forward hold, the very small forward hold. Going to be a bit of pressure here on the concrete grass side, although nothing's going to come of it, and it's just going to be a sniper v sniper, although Squids does not have Uber yet, and DRX does, so DRX is definitely sitting prettier here. Melvin is going to grab K, which means there are no scouts. Melvin is going to grab Cream as well. No scouts and no demo on the side of DRX, and DRX is just going to completely fold this up here.
Yep. This is... Oh, and there goes Melvin getting another pick. If you're DRX, you can, like, consider an exchange to stall out the point just a little bit longer, just because why not? But it's always going to be risky down two, just because, you know, the other team can always chase. So probably wise to just leave there. Although now they have their spawners. Ooh, there's a trap. I was going to say the trap on Cliff. Prague was just barely in range and does drop to it. So now down their heels, we just see the full chaos from the blue team. Hobie goes down, trading for Melvin. So Cream might be next to fall. Ness is completely safe in main, so it's just going to be Wazari sitting on China, hoping for a miracle. Seems like Ness is aware, though. Will not be peeking in. Kibe's on the...
Oh my goodness, what a
Although
huge
Benji
shot onto
does
Benji.
die, yeah.
Just an absolute destruction. Here comes the bomb in from Stranger. He's just going to decide to back out here, as DRX are going to come right back in because of that pit. Here comes the double bomb. Squids is going to use their Uber here. Again, Squid is going to try to chase Prague. Is not going to get anything, and nobody else is with Squid. Squid is going to get caught out. Melvin did pick up a kill, and Ness is eventually going to get picked off, although both the snipers are getting a lot of damage. This is just turned into chaos. Wazari is getting more picks, although now it's going to be a win for Squid's Bathtub Fish Farm, and they've gotten a lot of time off this clock. And actually, the meds are going to spawn at the same time, so it looks like these Ubers are still going to be even, and this is great for Squid's Bathtub Fish Farm. Hopefully, they'll be locking up their first round here.
Yeah, even Ubers, but just so much time advantage now for Squid's Bathtub Fish Farm. I mean, we have seen DRX burn, you know, 2 minutes off the clock in one go before, but they're definitely going to have their work cut out for them, as we do see Hobie immediately getting the sniper. That's going to be a fantastic start. And actually, Red, just all the players pretty much weak in their own unique way. Squid going down. Yeah, they're all just going to have to leave. Bomb in from Stranger, going for some salvage with the rebomb. Prague just ducking in the house. Oh my god, but Stranger gets 2 with 1 rocket. Kibe cleaning up the sniper as well. And suddenly, what was looking very good for DRX turns into just a sudden wipe against just some flanking players.
Yeah, it looked like there just Kibe and Stranger just did a humongous salvage there. Stranger got 3, I believe Kibe got 1 or 2, and that's just so many kills off of that. And we're gonna turn into this 4th mid here for Squids. They really need to keep this up. Hobie's gonna be nice and safe this time. Wazari is back, you know, in the Japan side, although he's rotated over to the porch side, and now it's just a sniper v sniper here. Both snipers around the porch area, and nobody's really doing anything until these snipers are going to get something here. Although DRX actually just already started to work their way onto point, and we'll see what transpires.
Yep, Benjay first to fall. And I gotta say, oh, Hobie bombing in onto the sniper is unable to shoot another rocket, so 14 HP Melvin will live. But DRX has been doing a great job of, in these sniper versus sniper situations, just passively like taking more space and just having more space, which, as we do see, like Kibe and Cream trading out to a trap and a sniper respectively. Does get them a lot of pressure on point, although as I say that, like the counter aggression from Fish, oh, and the force from Stranger, is able to get them a ton of value. Counter Uber from Red is going to be much better. Sammy Miami is in behind, getting a pick on Kibe. Might be able to do some stuff behind. We'll see. As re-aggression in the front from Blue. Is there a pinch going on right now with Sammy?
Yes,
It's
there.
looking
Well,
like it. So
yeah,
much
Sam.
spam. Cream's getting involved as well. Melvin goes down to a headshot. Sammy Miami getting a soldier will trade out, but gotta say, Fish kind of slipped out of that one. That was looking very bad for them.
Wazari grabs another headshot there, and K just cleans up that kill. Wazari has turned it right back on. Wazari is going to get caught out here trying to go for a shot. Benjay is going to clean that kill up, and that's going to be huge for them, and that's probably going to spell the push here. Although huge pipes from Cream gets like 300 damage just right there with 2 pipes, and that is going to be disastrous for them. They have no combo scout. Kibe is here now to help out, but that delayed the push for a very long time. Kibe is getting on point. Ness is going to get caught by the bomb from Sammy Miami. And now there's a
Kibe's
huge
still on
Uber
these
at
traps.
here.
He's already died to these traps, but he keeps walking on them as well. Down 2 soldiers for Blue. In from Stranger doesn't get anything. It looks like Red's kind of selling out. At least these 2 players are. Cream winning a very clutch 1v1 there against a scout. As Melvin forced to take a 1v1 against K. But Kibe is here to help, but Cream is also here to help. So Kibe goes down. Ozari with the deep peek as well gets Melvin on the retreat. And yeah, this these like trickled and staggered deaths is just fantastic for DRX, whose only job right now is just to keep wasting time. As we have Ozari in a, this is a Highlander spot if I've ever seen one, just on the windowsill peeking main.
Yeah,
This
again, just the whole thing about Koth is that timer, and DRX done a great job of just getting the point and then stalling out a long time. Here comes the supposed 3 or 4 man sack from SQUID'S. DRX is going to get forced. They're only going to grab 2. Kibe is still alive, but is going to get cleaned up here probably very soon. Both soldiers know about the existence. Kibe comes back in late. That's a late death, which means that's going to spell even more time off the clock. DRX is going to probably start working their way forward, although they are playing it nice and safe because they no longer have the Uber ad. And here comes SQUID'S, although they are down more than 2 minutes here. And that is going
Yep.
to be disastrous for them in this round. But they're going to have to work some stuff. They're going to have to work a miracle here to get this round.
So 60 ad still. We do have, yep, Melvin will actually be winning that peak, although immediately gets traded out by Hobie. Sammy Miami did die in the meantime. Uber does get popped. Doesn't seem... Okay, they get the demo for it, and they're going to be getting the point, so it's not worthless. But, actually, Hobie's probably caught behind as well. That being said, with a full, like, 2-minute advantage for DRX, just flip-flopping point like this, going back and forth with Ubers, is exactly what they want, because there's going to be a point where their timer's going to hit 0, and it's going to be well before SQUID'S does. So Wazari actually leading off with the pick is fantastic as well, as we do see K just taking in this Uber. And again, just getting any picks, but more importantly, getting the point is all they need. And they are doing just that. Stranger might be caught as well, but yeah, Squid and Melvin both dying in the Uber. They're capping this point. They didn't lose anyone. They don't deny anyone. And they are actually going into a forward hold as well. So really good stuff for DRX so far.
Yeah, SQUID'S is trying to bust out through this main here. Stranger is going to come through, is going to pick Wazari, but is not going to get anything else. Melvin is not going to get a pick. And Prague, most importantly, is still going to live. Prague has been doing such a good job of keeping himself alive for DRX to keep working off these Uber advantages. SQUID'S is going to take back the point, although there's only going to be about 4 seconds here once they cap the point. And that's going to be very bad, as just a few seconds after the cap, and suddenly SQUID'S will have to be just standing on that point eternally. DRX is already pressuring forward, even though they don't have Uber. Trap on point is not going to get anything. Cream is getting extremely aggressive, definitely maybe overzealous, although Wazari picks off Melvin. Ho with the huge bomb is going to force Ness. That's not great. Ness is going to try to walk back forward. Here comes the reuse from DRX. These picks are going in the favor of DRX, though, even though the health is not great. And here goes SQUID'S. They're just all wiped. It's just Stranger all the way out in his own grass, and he's going to have to sack his life to stop the point. Hopefully he can get something, but there's no way. He doesn't have enough time, and that's just 3 rounds for DRX. Just one more round, and they have made it to grand finals.
Yeah, just draw them in with all that cap time on point. get the force on the med with your bomb, and then just play a much better Uber when they're already committed in. Just like definitely textbook stuff there from DRX. Yeah, putting themselves at match point here. So we do, as expected, still have Melvin and Wazari on sniper here. We've seen many mids before. They all kind of look the same, where a player just happens to randomly die, and then both teams just kind of send themselves at each other. Let's see who it's going to be. It will be Wazari to go down first this time, and yep, here goes red, sending themselves at blue. And yeah, they are definitely getting the upper hand. Although Ness somehow was still in, does die, but I mean, red's gonna get the point here. Though they deny everyone for it, so should be recap pretty soon as K still in is able to trade with the sniper, so well done there. As yeah, blue just much better spawners because of that point getting capped. Gonna be able to just fast recap it, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, Hobie is going to die trying to chase out Squid. Squid's somehow going to get himself out alive, although it's not as big of a deal as you might think because DRX has just grabbed this point right back. And although they are down a player, which Squids is going to have to work that player advantage quickly because Hobie is just spawning now, which means he'll be back in the fight in approximately 5 to 8 seconds here. Stranger is on the side. Here comes a big bomb from Sammy. Is going to get pressure on that sniper. Is not going to get a kill, though, although the aggression from DRX comes in, grabs the other sniper from Melvin. And here comes more aggression. K is going to get dropped. Here goes Cream. These picks are working the way of Squids. Bomb from Hobie is going to get 2 kills, Benjay and Ness. And that's going to be tragic for them. Squids is going to get some cap time, and they're going to wait for their med. Smartly, they're going to wait for their med and other players to respawn before getting that cap so that they don't deny them with the longer respawn timer.
Yep, roughly even on time right now, about a 20-second advantage for DRX, but more importantly, full Uber ad for them. So they are definitely still ahead right now this round, as yeah, we do see them just walking forward, and it looks like they want to take this Uber in very deep. They do pop on the other side of point, immediately getting 2 kills. Next to fall will be Kibe. 3 picks with the Uber, I think they can be pretty happy with, but of course not getting that med means it will ultimately, you expect it to be a flip-flop, but you know, putting the other team in a position where they have to approach with ad is always going to be a little uncomfortable for them. So we do just see DRX transitioning into a forward hold here.
Yeah, if you didn't see what Stranger was doing there over on the concrete side, there's a little way you can actually do a rock jump over and look over at what the forward hold is looking like. So they're going to do that. Here comes the Uber from Squids. It's just going to use directly in. They have not gotten a single pick, though. They have gotten a little bit of damage, but this is not great. They're only going to grab 1 pick here. Hobie is still alive, is going to grab Kibe on the trade. Benjay is not going to be able to get a pick. Big bomb from Stranger getting damage, but is not going to get nothing else but that. Hobie comes in for a nice rebomb here. Stranger goes in for another bomb. Is going to get a decent amount of damage, although Wazari grabs a snipe headshot onto Squid. Wazari grabs another kill onto Benjay. Melvin was not getting anything. They did get the force out, although Ness is only going to get out with like about a 30-40% Uber ad, but DRX has a minute up on them. And they have all their players alive. And Wazari's going for a cheeky little spawn kill here. We'll see. As actually, Squid is just going to break right through the grass side here. They're going to be very careful with the Wazari sniper over there. Wazari's going to grab a headshot and on Squid and a body shot on Nest. But here comes the bomb from Stranger onto Wazari. Is going to catch Wazari out any second now. And Squids are going to work forward with their 3-player advantage now that Melvin grabbed another kill.
Yeah, a lot of chaos happening here. Obviously, as Fish, you don't want to have to, use Uber just to break the forward hold and not even get point, which definitely put DRX in the driver's seat. And we saw like all that chaos that ensued afterwards only benefited DRX because, sure, Squid's Bathtub have ad right now, but with a minute and change behind on the clock, it's hard to imagine DRX not feeling pretty confident so far about this round. You do see they're reaggressing now, and I gotta say, Fisher playing this like it's dis-ad for them, not ad, as Ness does pop this Uber. Squid trying to chase forward, catch Cream, but no one will be caught to the Uber, as on the backlines, Hobie and Melvin trading out, which is exactly what DRX want. Same in Miami, just bombing away to safety to go grab a health pack. So much point pressure right now. Cream very forward, getting a ton of damage on Stranger, and I mean, just this space and this point pressure. Drawing in Benjay, trying against all hope to maybe delay the cap even longer, but will die for it alongside Kibe. And now we're looking ad for Prague, 50 ad for Prague with 30 seconds left. This is absolutely dire straits for Squid's Bathtub Fish Farm.
Yes, it is. What's really notable here is that Cream just continues to get so aggressive, and Kay is doing such a great job at protecting a lot of people on his team. Here comes the pressure back from Squid's Bathtub Fish Farm. They have to get something going. Benjay is gonna, along with Melvin, pick up the kill. Here comes the Uber in from DRX. They are going to get one kill on the sniper, although they haven't gotten much else since there's no scout in this Uber. Here comes the recollapse from Squid's Bathtub Fish Farm, and it looks decently even, although the health is atrocious. Wazari gets a kill
Mm.
onto Squid, and with the spawner, it's just Ness left
Oh,
alive, and as soon as this overtime ends, it is going to be it. DRX has made it into grand finals here, and
yeah,
they'll be
Ness
facing, yeah.
98% there. That fight could have been a hold for Fish for a little bit longer if they do get Uber there, but no, that will be ending there with a 4-1 on product and then a 5-1 on Sunshine. DRX looking extremely confident.
Yeah, that was absolutely just very strong for them. They looked like they had a completely solid game plan. I do want to stress again how much aggression that DRX was putting out, even though they had a sniper. And then as soon as they got any sort of advantage, they just seemingly completely brought their med to a nice safe spot, and they were playing around their sniper. Their soldiers would come back and protect after they had done the bombs to get that aggression. And that coordination from DRX was just incredibly strong. And Squid's Bathtub Fish Farm was not able to handle it, and well, DRX is in grand finals now.
Yeah, and I gotta say, when people talk about product and they talk about the sniper, um, usually like the go-to advice is to have the soldier switch to sniper and double scout, or like switch your roster around such that you have the double scout, which is understandable because scout's very powerful. But I think double soldier is totally, totally viable. And I think DRX actually demonstrated that very well here of just being able to cycle those bombs and being able to get very aggressive with soldier bombs. Just provided them a ton of value where, like, you don't have to rely on your sniper winning the SVS here when you just have a soldier ready to bomb and trade out with them. Um, yeah, so well played for sure from DRX.
Yeah, looking at the logs here, Wazari grabbed 30 kills on Sniper, compared to Melvin's 21 kills on Sniper. Wazari had only 15 deaths, Melvin had 25. And the other important thing to note is that K had a very strong stat line as well, 34 kills and 11 deaths on Scout, just protecting so many people, especially from those reaggressions in. And I mean, yeah, and the damage actually was pretty even, but I think just the coordination from DRX was just so much better. And
Yeah, I think my
yeah,
prediction at the start of the team that is holding the point through the chaos wins definitely held true here because it's not like I mean, we see like pretty much same medic deaths, similar damage. DRX definitely have the upper hand in kills, but yeah, they just were holding the point for so much longer that it went their way. And also, I want to point out, I knew that this was just going to be like a demo prison log or a demo prison game, just from the fact that both teams had snipers. But the log does verify that as well, with both demos dying over 20 times. Product demo against the sniper is just it's kind of miserable.
yeah, both tempos went negative in damage, and neither of them had a great stat line. Although Cream was getting very aggressive, and I think that aggression was helping a bit, he actually took 2,500 more damage than he dealt. He actually took the most damage in the server on demo. And he was still, both demos were still taking the most heals, just barely, but
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, which isn't to say like either demo played poorly. I don't think that's the case. I think actually both demos had like really stellar moments that made a big difference. But I mean, playing against the sniper, you just are a valuable target. And unlike a medic, you don't always have the luxury of being able to just, do your role while hiding around a corner. But yeah, anything else to note about this log or just the game in general from you?
About this game, there's not much. It looked like just DRX. Maybe some of that Highlander coordination came in for them, but it looks like they were just consistently taking the point back. Like you were saying, Rumpus, and just their overall coordination, their overall game plan was much stronger, and it showed. And they're making their way to finals. As it stands right now, um, Dark Hearts, the versus Think Tank, the other semifinal match. Dark Hearts won the first map, their pick of Big, I believe, 4-0. And so I believe they're playing the second map. Dark Hearts is the favor to win that game. So it's looking more likely to be a Dark Hearts versus DRX grand finals. And I do want to say one thing that I've heard rumors from DRX that since they were lower seeded, I've heard rumors since Dark Hearts, one of their only losses was to um, DRX in the regular season. And I heard DRX saying that they vowed to beat Dark Hearts. So we will see how that transpires in the
Okay.
grand finals when if Dark Hearts actually makes it to the grand finals. But that's all from me, honestly.
All right. Any shout outs then before we close things off here?
Uh, Honestly, just shout outs to Grave for doing a production work. Thank you so much.
Hmm.
And besides that, shouts to I am. Hopefully, it was an enjoyable season. But the season's not over, of course. We still got this game, and there will be the grand finals and the bronze match for third place. So even though Squids did lose this game, they still have a chance to get third rather than fourth, um, if they so desire to work hard. And yeah, besides that, no shouts from me.
All right. Yeah, I always got a shout out production as well. Tonight it was Gray. Yeah, thanks. I'm 17 for joining me tonight, and shout outs to Sammy Miami as well for being a Twitch chat main and a jumper main that is somehow still good at the game, despite those two other characteristics. But anyway, hope you all enjoyed this continued IM coverage. Stay tuned for more from Fireside, and yeah, have a nice night, everybody.
Oh yeah, and one last thing to note is that right now on the other stream there is I believe a main playoffs match going on
Ooh.
normal Fireside, so you can
Yeah,
go
so we
ahead and
will
check that
probably send
out.
you that
Probably
way.
yeah, send you that way.
All right, then, folks, have a good one.